we had our own controversy, obviously, over the years, and then the bosses would come to us and make us read these statements and these apologies, and famously, Ant would take the reins on that one because they knew I wouldn't behave. They just knew. Although there were a couple times they forced both of us to say, "I'm sorry." I remember that. So Anthony would start or whatever. I don't remember that detail. And then it'd be my turn. And it was so obvious we didn't mean the apology. And then we wanted our listeners to know that this was just corporate bullshit. So you could hear us ripping up the apology in the background of the show, just to show you, like, we're not apologizing for anything, man.
Well, my favorite story is the when you guys were still in Boston, the whole story of the pies. The pie story just
thank you.
kills me.
Yeah,
it's like out of a screenplay. I mean, you couldn't write that shit.
No.
You couldn't write. People say, no, that's unrealistic. That man, I got it. There's a lot of new people now. Let's just go through that really quickly. So tell a story.
Me and Anthony are in Boston. We're just crushing it, man, and we have offers all over the place at this point. Everybody wants to hire us. So we do the mayor's prank. We tell Boston the mayor of Boston died in a fiery car accident. All right, it's hard to defend. But I was trying to take April Fools and just shove it to a ridiculous place because I was so frustrated and mad at my industry how lame the April Fools pranks gotten. So this was my way of going, look what we could do with April Fools. Whatever. A lot of people were offended. So our bosses were convinced that the mayor would have a good sense of humor and he'd be okay with it. And they wanted to put us in stockades down at Faneuil Hall and have the mayor throw pies at our face. And they were so convinced that this was going to go down, they bought a pallet of pies for this bit. And I remember one of the guys, I don't want to name names anymore, but one of the guys came to me and Anthony, and I'm like, I ain't doing that. I'd rather get fired. I'm not going to put my head in a stockade and have the mayor of Boston throw pies at us.
There's
and
a
then
photo
I also said, there's no way this guy is going to do this. And like, oh, no, we could convince him, Long story short, the mayor's like, F you. We want you not only fired, I want you arrested. It was scary for a while. So then me and Anthony went to a children's hospital, and we delivered pies, and there was this big photo op that they were setting up, and I'm like, this feels so dirty, man. Like, you're setting up a photo op to show Boston that we're actually good guys. I would like to show Boston I'm a good guy on my own terms, but they're like, you do this or you don't have a job or whatever. And then the kids are singing Christmas songs. They're enjoying pies, and it's not even close to Christmas. And I'm like, why are we singing Christmas songs? And one lady bends over and whispers to me, well, the reason we're singing Christmas tunes, you see that one girl up there on the stage? She's not going to make it to Christmas. And I'm like, what are we part of? This is so fucking gross, man. So they're taking pictures of me and Anthony and a pallet of pies and sick kids to save our radio jobs. And I'm like, no. At that point, I'm tapping out. I'm like, no, this is not okay. Who are the real evil people here, And then none of that worked, obviously, and we got fired. But
the people who didn't want to waste the pies,
yeah,
a good idea. Let's take it to a children's house.
Yeah. But sick kids, like really sick kids. And I told that story wrong once because I thought it was close to Christmas, but obviously we got fired around April. And that's why it's key to the story that they're singing Christmas songs. And I'm looking around like, it's April. Why are we doing this? And it turns out a lot of these kids, they thought weren't going to make it to Christmas. So why not enjoy a piece of apple pie and Santa Claus is coming to town on Opie and Anthony? Like, it's crazy, man.